All right, sounds up. Let's do it.
Warning, the content in this podcast contains colorful language, spirited conversation, and some good old-fashioned ignorance. So get out of your bag and let's get on with it.
Let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. Damn. This is the Cranberry Podcast, the podcast about absolutely nothing. So if there's nothing in your cup, please do Big Daddy a favor and fill it up. Fill it up. What's good? Yeah, I had to get creepy.
The way you sound.
No, it's Creep Week. It's Creep Week. I saw that in Newsweek.
That is not a real thing.
No shit. Creep Week.
But it probably exists somewhere because there's a lot of creeps out there.
Hey man, I'm head of the club.
No,
it's Creep Week, baby.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I get creepy when I want to get creepy on them.
Yeah.
Caught you by your titties.
Yeah.
Hey,
did you see there? I was watching this little thing online. It was speaking of creeps. On a Family Guy, the old man, Paper Boy.
Oh yeah. Herbert the pervert.
Yeah,
Herbert. My man's.
They're like, oh, they should have drew him this way and kind of made him look like an old Drake, basically.
Oh, that's not funny. That's not funny. That's not funny. Why they want to make him look? Well, okay. I hear you like him young. That's funny as fuck. That would be hilarious if they actually did it though. If they pulled that shit off, that would be hilarious.
Yeah, that would be funny.
That'd be
They did
awesome.
the little heart. Put in the
shit.
red.
And the heart in the head would be hard. They're like, my nigga, that's you, bro. That's you. You nasty. You nasty as fuck. That's funny as shit though.
Yeah.
Who brought that up?
I don't know. I saw it online. Like, you know, one of them little video clips.
Oh, okay.
You know, so they like had somebody like drawing over Herbert to make it like. I was like, first they gave darker skin and a fade, and I was like, what are they trying to do here? Why are you trying to make him black? And then I realized what was going on, and I was like, oh,
they drew the fucking little heart in the hair.
Yeah,
that's
and then did like a little beard and a little red puffer coat.
Duh, doing that little dumbass dance he be doing. Dumbass nigga.
Oh my gosh.
So how was your week, brother?
Brother.
Oh, my bad.
Excuse you. I'm a beautiful young lady.
A beautiful black queen is what you is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My week was great. You know, I don't have no complaints. You know what? I'm lying. The week was long and it was stressful.
That took a turn.
Well, because I was like, you know what? You got to be genuine. Not everybody can only have like a life full of highlight reels.
Real shit.
So I just want to be genuine with the public, if you will. Our few people that are listening.
Yeah, very few, but they listening.
How was your week?
My week was solid. You know what I'm saying? I put in some OT. I've been working my ass off. I'm going to probably be putting in some more OT this week. You know what I'm saying? Get that money.
I know, so you can buy me a good birthday present.
Yeah, I got you, man. I was looking already online at some shit that I was going to purchase you. You know what I'm saying? No dead ass. You know, but so what I understand is that I got to hurry up and get it because they closing like a lot of their stores. Yeah.
It's the 99-cent store?
Yeah. So Dollar General is taking over a couple of these fucking stores, but from what I understand, them niggas got deals. So I was going to get in there and just load up the basket on you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I was very thoughtful of you.
Hey, you know what? I do what I can when I can do it, man.
Yeah. I know we went to this really, we went shot pool yesterday as usual.
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh, we're going to go to this. I thought it was a restaurant. Like it said restaurant and lounge, but I didn't think it was going to be that crowded.
Okay.
Because all the pictures, there was not a crowd. It was like, you know, kind of empty looking, if you will. But that was not the case. I don't know why I tried to go on a Saturday night at like midnight to like see if I could go steal a snack, basically.
Steal a snack.
You weren't
going to pay for it?
I don't know.
Steal.
But we got there and there was just such a long line.
Yeah.
That I was just sort of like, to stand in line, and then I didn't know if they were charging at the door or not. And I was like,
they're definitely charging at the door at that hour.
Yeah,
with that kind of line,
I didn't want to like pay to all I wanted to do was eat. I wasn't trying to like, and feel a vibe maybe, but I wasn't trying to like go out.
Yeah,
but I do want to go back because one, The music was pretty cool, and it looked like everybody was having a really good time.
Yeah, okay.
People were still getting there when we were walking in, and there was like only like I don't know.
Yeah, like an hour left.
Like an hour. Maybe it was closer to 1 o'clock then because they closed at 2.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh yeah, it was. It was almost 1 o'clock. It was like 12:45.
It was definitely.
And so I was like, oh, this must be fun.
Yeah, it must be slapping in there.
You know.
Yeah. I got to check it out one time.
The food did look good, so I do want to go in the daytime to catch that daytime vibe.
Yeah.
And eat the food.
Yeah.
And then the drinks looked really good also.
Okay.
So,
well, anywhere they got drinks, man, I'm always down for a good drink. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of fucking said drinks, my nigga, let's get into the drink of the motherfucking day.
All right.
Okay, so we saw this online, man, and this is a pineapple vanilla daiquiri, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
So, we popped them in some Crown glasses with the invisible ice. I believe it's called True Ice. And we popped a little tahine on the edge. You know what I'm saying? Because the Cranberry Podcast, baby, we edgy. You know what I'm saying? We edgy.
It's a very tropical drink. It has pineapple. It has tropical rum, lime juice, vanilla syrup. Some bitters. It's actually
pretty
really
solid.
It's really good.
That's pretty solid. Go ahead and take a gander. You know what I mean? Take a little gander. With the little tahine on the rim and shit, little pineapple action.
It's giving a lot of good summer vibes. Now I want to go on a Caribbean vacation. Although I've never been to the Caribbean unless you count Florida as the Caribbean, which
that's good.
Probably not.
That's good. The tahine gives it a little something extra. Like, you know what I'm saying? You hit the tahine, bow. And so the tahine is like a little salty, tangy, sour type of thing. And then the drink is just pure Caribbean, just pineapple and vanilla and just sweet as fuck. Offsetting the goddamn
it's
tahine.
It's like a pina colada almost, except for not those flavors.
Yeah. It's almost like dirty, sweaty balls, but just not. just fucking not.
Well, because the reason why that came to mind, because I was like, it kind of still reminds me of like being by the pool,
Sure.
And a tropical drink.
Okay.
But I was like, what? Because as I was saying it, I was thinking pina colada obviously is coconut. I guess still has pineapple. Okay. I guess that's the common thing, but it's a creamier drink. Yeah. It's not really the same.
It's not even close. It's just like something else, but not that at all. Like,
look, man,
what the fuck are we talking about?
My brain made the association either way.
Somewhere it did. I saw that. I saw how your brain did that. Your brain be doing shit. Your brain be braining. Your brain be braining. It really do. It really do. But no, this is a good drink, man. I would definitely make this again. 100%. I would make this again. Like, you know what? I would actually make like a pitcher of this.
It's a good drink to be in a pitcher.
And just stick it in the fridge. And anytime I wanted a cocktail.
Speaking of which,
yeah,
maybe this will be for next week.
Yeah.
But I think we should do one of our sangrias again.
I'm down to try a sangria.
You can try. You've had sangria before.
No, we try. Stop. I'm talking about. I am willing to try to make a sangria again.
Yeah, I want to do a white one.
That one we made, we had to dump it. That shit was nasty.
Was it nasty?
Yeah, it wasn't good at all. It wasn't good at all.
I want to do a white one. I don't know if we put
too much brandy or the wine we had was super just cheap and gross, but that sangria was horrible, kid.
I know, but we still drink a lot of it though.
I don't remember doing that. The
reason why I remember is because I remember being pretty buzzed and then I forgot that I was on call for work.
Oh shit.
And then I got a call.
Wow. The one we made.
Yeah. I think somebody else ended up taking care of it for me because obviously I was not in a state to take care of the crisis call. But since then, you know what? And to this day, still don't know when I'm on call half the time.
That's interesting. That's an interesting job. Schedule. That's an interesting job. It is.
Look,
you know what? I don't know when I'm supposed to work while I'm at work.
Look, but if somebody calls, I do answer. I do answer.
Yeah, you killing it today, famo. Killing it today. Killing it. Saying one thing and then jumping way on the other side of that thing.
Yeah, no. How I
That's
do.
way out. No, that's funny as shit. That's hilarious. So what you got on your heart today? What's on the menu?
Well, I was watching this video online.
Sure.
And it was about this guy. A bunch of people have seen it.
Yeah.
It's this dude that's saying, like, basically, if it was him and his girl running away from danger,
sure,
and she fell, would he stop to help her or would he keep running? And old boy said that he would definitely keep running because it's a dangerous situation.
Sorry.
You scared me.
Sorry, kid. My bad. Go ahead. So anyway,
you're not even listening.
I'm listening, but I'm pulling up your video.
How you playing sound?
I'm trying to pull up your video. Scared the dog shit. Like, oh shit, World War III.
But I laughed at that one because I was like, you know what? I could see Jay doing either. Like, not doing either, but saying either
Holy
way.
Shit, I could see Jay being a big ass bitch.
Not a bitch.
Running away.
Not running away, but like, you know, it's like every man for himself.
With my woman, with my queen. Yeah, I could see me doing that with a bunch of motherfuckers that I don't know or care about. But my queen, you can see that. That's
you're telling me that you would risk getting shot because your queen fell?
Yes, I'm telling you 100%. Yes. That's not even a question. Honestly, that's not even a question. I'm offended if somebody even asks me, what would you do in this? I'd be offended if somebody even asked.
That's why I said half and half, because I also could see the other side too of you not doing that. But I was like, I don't know what Jay would say to this one.
That's funny, bro. That's funny.
Now I will say this.
Yeah.
If that happened and my significant other didn't help me, I don't know if I would be able to get past it.
What do you mean get past it? We broke up.
Yeah,
we broke up right there. In that moment, we broke up.
Because it's important, in my opinion, this may be a stereotype or whatever, but I just feel like women need to feel protected by their partner, you know, and I think once that is gone, and you feel alone, it's kind of like, well, I could do this by myself then. If you're not going to protect me, then like,
I mean, it's not even a thing of women should be protected by their partner. That's like an unwritten rule. Like, as a man, you're the strong one. You protect it, like even at the basic level. If we like caveman shit, you know what I'm saying? If I'm the strong one in our group, I'm gonna protect our group. Like that's like caveman shit, my nigga. And if you a pussy enough to where like that's not even your shit, like that's just weird to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and just go and play the motherfucking video.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
And then, you know what I'm saying, we'll discuss from there.
You gotta be like, am I willing to die for this?
I'm not. I'm not willing to die for it. I think dying for your wife and your family, I can understand.
Because it's dangerous. It's not fearful. It's a dangerous
kids,
situation.
Yeah. Wife too.
Wife, no.
Look, you bought her though. I'm not. I mean, like once you.
I'm
not
dying for my wife, my nigga. What are you doing in a dangerous situation?
If me and my wife are running because two niggas are shooting at us and she trip, I'm gonna keep running. You and your wife? Me and my wife. Who hurt you? Nobody. I'm just saying I'd keep running.
That's way the fuck out. That's way the fuck
out. The other guys were speechless. Like, your wife?
Your wife, though. Like, they made themselves clear. Like, my nigga, your wife? The woman you put a ring on her finger, like, the love of your life. You could just, whoever he fucking with right now need to look at this.
Yeah. No, they got me out.
Your spidey senses should have went up long time ago. This nigga don't give a fuck about you.
Maybe he's never really loved somebody before. You know,
have you ever loved somebody?
Because I can't imagine anybody that you genuinely like passionately care about to the point where you want to share your entire life with them.
Yeah,
somebody shooting them there, you think they might die, and you're gonna just keep running.
Yeah, like good luck.
Yeah, that seems a little.
Yeah, that's fucked
up.
Man.
Odd.
Meet you back at the crib, fam. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
I love you. No, you don't. You definitely fucking don't.
Well, maybe
Have you really loved somebody?
Maybe his thought is like, there's no sense in us both dying. Maybe that's his thought pattern. He's like, well, you gonna die anyway. At least maybe I can get away.
Why are they shooting at y'all? Good question.
More than likely,
why they shooting at y'all?
It'd be because of probably him. More than likely.
All right.
How often do women get in situations where they getting shot at personally?
All right. So why they shooting at y'all? One. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they shooting at y'all because of me, or they shooting at y'all because of the man, my nigga, you keep running, super bitch shit. If it's a random just shots going off, they not even coming for you. So yes, protect your queen. You a bitch.
Yeah, that's also true. That's the context. Like no matter which way you flip it, yeah, right?
You a bitch.
Well, what if she started some shit and that's why two niggas is chasing you?
Oh, then
bye,
bitch.
You might leave her.
No, I'm not gonna leave her. It depends on it. Honestly, now that's a fucking question. See, now that's a question. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she started some shit and she, you know, like, I'm fuck you, motherfucker. I'm gonna get my man. Fuck y'all. Okay, see, you done started some shit. You done started some shit. You know what I'm saying? Now if you don't listen to me in that moment, then yeah, you on your motherfucking own. Because if I be like, hey man, listen, hold on, listen. First, bitch, my bitch, calm down. Hey, my nigga, straight up, don't talk to my girl like that. Shots go off. Pow, 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 pow. I'm going to protect my queen. That's one scenario.
Okay.
Hey, my bitch, you shut the fuck up. Let me handle this. Nah, fuck that nigga. Shots go off. Pow, 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 pow. Bitch, I will see you at home. Maybe.
So there is a scenario in which you would leave their behind.
Yes, 100%, because you getting a shot at.
I was right earlier.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
If you got a shot at, yeah, I'm not protecting you from some shit you doing to get a shot at. Now, you know, I'm gonna have my thing on me, possibly. So, you
gonna be like, oh man.
Yeah, if I don't got it, I don't got it. Like you know, like one cat that I heard say not too long ago, that was just, it was the simplest thing, but it's the most truthful. You know, when the nigga got the drop on you, you can't undrop it. He got the drop. So it is what it is. But yeah, like that's one thing that I don't condone is women having conversations with men that they are not prepared to rectify, if you will. You know, if the, you know, and it all depends on if the man is being, you know, disrespectful, then I expect you to defend yourself 110%. But once I'm there, you let me fucking handle it and you shut the fuck up. I'm here. You just telling the nigga that you was gonna call me. Don't call me, and then now you want to handle it yourself. Now, no, you can't do. We're not gonna do both.
Yeah.
If the girlfriend is there, then yeah, you get in her ass because I can't do nothing with her. But if you talking to a man like that, and I'm standing right there, you gonna listen to me. If I tell you to shut the fuck up, you better shut the fuck up. Let me handle it. If me and this nigga gotta go hands, we gonna go hands. If he just decide I'm gonna kill both of y'all niggas, we gonna die today. Simple as that.
You just ready.
No, it's not that I'm ready. It's not that I'm ready. All I'm saying is that, man, listen, if they got the drop on you, you can't undrop it. It's done. Whatever is done is done.
No, fair enough.
I'm a realist.
I know. I was thinking about, I mean, like as you was talking, now the reality is that I haven't really ended up in any situations that like escalated like that.
Right.
Knock on wood.
Yep, that's wood.
But yeah, I couldn't really see myself in a situation in which I'm arguing with some dude. However, sometimes people randomly do disrespectful things, and I could see you getting in a back and forth.
Yeah, it happens.
Kind of depending on the situation, because sometimes you got to tell people like to like back off
respect
or whatever.
My boundaries, fam.
Yeah,
respect my boundaries.
So you know, all kinds of things can happen, but that is quite interesting, his response, and the fact that he, like, I will say this. I like a person in general that regardless to what other people think about it, they stand firm in their opinion. Yeah. So regardless of the fact that his friends or whoever they were obviously looking at him like he was insane.
Which
he stood by what he was saying, and he spoke his truth.
Yeah, I'm a bitch, nigga. Don't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a bitch. That's what that is.
But it's a very interesting take. That's for sure.
Can't. Yeah.
I think he was like, the kids for sure, but not the wife.
And that's weird. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't know. Maybe it was taken out of context. Maybe they had a situation where they explained it just like that, but left that part out and clipped it up. Maybe. Or if that was just general and random and he just like, no, I don't care what the situation is. They busting and one of us can get away. One of us is going to get away. Okay. I mean, I get it when you thinking like that. I'm not going to call you a pussy, but when you think like that and it's like, okay, well, if she could get away, she going to leave and get away. And if I can get away, I'm going to leave and get away.
That's what I was going to ask you in reverse. Would you be upset if you were the one that fell and your woman kept running?
No, I would expect her to keep running.
Okay. Why is that?
Same reason that I've been out with women that I fuck with and I'll be like, hey, you might want to like dip off because I'm finna do some stupid shit right now and you might not want to be around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no need in both of us. I'm doing something stupid. And I expect all the consequences to happen to me.
It's kind of like, I think we talked about this in the last pod where like women in the military and they're like, or in some branch of the military and it like took a while because men were inclined to protect their female counterparts instead of like dealing with the threat, if you will.
I never heard it. I don't remember us talking about this. I don't remember it, but I'm old.
I thought we mentioned it in the pod.
It's possible.
But I was like, maybe that's just kind of like the social expectation that like, women and babies, like, get them out of danger as fast as possible.
Women and children first. That's that Titanic shit.
Yeah. Well, I think that's just general societal functioning.
Maybe.
But Titanic also, I'm sure.
Yeah, on the boat, baby. So anyway, I also had a video that I wanted to play. I want to play this video only for the simple fact that I respect this gentleman and he is a very smart individual, even though the white man would never recognize it publicly.
Sometimes we won't know what God is willing to do for us until we're in a situation where only God can do it for us. God won't walk you to what he won't walk you through. He won't walk you to what he won't walk you through. Like I said earlier, God is the only one who can have a bad situation become a beautiful situation without ever changing the situation. The only thing, listen, the story has already been written. It speaks on before we were born and refers to after we're gone. So if the story has already been written, if the story has already been written and it goes from A to Z and we around Q somewhere, then what makes us think as his creations that we can change any after?
Who was that speaking?
That's only one man that can speak that way, and that is DMX.
Oh, was it?
That's X right there.
I was going between that, and then I was like, oh, but the voice sounds too old. So I was thinking like the leader of the the organization that Malcolm X was in. Forgot his name.
Oh, I don't know. Gaddafi?
That don't sound right.
I don't think so either.
But okay, sure. But DMX. Yeah. So what were your initial thoughts about it?
Well, the part that hit me the hardest, because I think that it's something that applies to me personally, is God won't walk you to what he won't walk you through. Right. So just to break that down for anybody who does not understand that, God won't put you in a situation that he cannot get you out of. Mm-hmm. He won't put you in a situation. Well, the one thing that I always tell people is that, God will never put you in a situation that you can't handle. Yeah. Because he knows what you can handle. And for you may be like, man, this shit is hard. I can't do this. I can't do that. But the fact of the matter is that you can, because God wouldn't even put you in that situation if you couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people. I was talking to somebody just recently that was telling me about their medical condition and how they just have consistent fucking medical conditions, right? And was like, why am I going through this? Why is it all me? And I'm like, you know, what I told this person was, yo, listen, only the strong survive. And God only puts these difficult things and burdens on people, that his children that are the strongest. He only puts that much pressure on his strongest children. So you take that as a compliment. You know what I'm saying? Not something that you can not something you feel sorry for yourself. Don't feel sorry for yourself about it. Don't feel sad about it. Understand that God knows, not thinks, but knows you're strong. That's why he put all of this on you, because he can't put it on somebody that's weaker. They fold, right?
Yeah.
They would fucking fold.
The reality is this, and I know this is a maybe unpopular thought, but there are people who that is put on and people do fold. You know, like obviously people commit suicide and then give up.
That's not because God put that on them and they couldn't handle it. You also have free will. Mm-hmm. God also gives us free will. So you have free will, and yeah, he put a lot on you. That's the point. That's what I'm trying to explain to you right there in that moment. Those same people who did fold.
Yeah.
They folded because God is not going, when you got the gun to your head and you trying to pull the trigger, he ain't going to just pull it down and you trying I can't do it. Like a fucking ghost is grabbing your arm. You have free will. But that person, that specific person should know that, and if you listen, know that God makes sure that anything he's putting you through, it's because he knows you can handle it. And if you know that, then you don't blow your brains out. You don't jump off that building. You know, you don't take all them fucking pills. What you do is you recognize the fact that we all are going through something. Some of us are going through worse things than others. And that's just the way that is. And this is not a Christian podcast, okay? Because we saying fuck, dick, pussy, and shit on this podcast. But I did want to say...
You needed to clarify that.
I needed to clarify. It was getting too deep in here. It's getting too deep.
Why can't everyday people who are Christian or not get deep?
Okay, that's a whole different conversation.
Okay.
This is not that type of podcast, baby. Okay. This is not that podcast. We get deep, you know what I'm saying? But we got to add levity, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't allow just a room full of just, you know, at some point I'm the one who adds levity. I'm the court gesture, if you will. Is it gesture? Is it gesture? I'm the court suggestion. I'm the court gesture, which is squirting your face. That's my gesture. Here's another fucking gesture for the niggas that are like, that nigga dumb, he's stupid.
You know what it is for real though?
Yes, court jester.
Yeah.
I know what it is. It's these pineapple fucking things, man. These pineapple, they snuck up on you.
Look like you knew for sure. That's why I started laughing. I was like, oh, he looks confused.
Oh wow, that's, you know what? That's you've heard me twice today. I think 3 times. I think 3. You've heard me 3 times.
Oh, today. You're very funny.
No, you heard me 3 times today.
But I want to go back to your question.
All right, what's my question?
One, or not your question, but the conversation. I do think that's an important message, because I do think there's a lot of people who want to give up. Yes. And I think I'm just going to say most people have probably had moments where they wanted to just give up on something.
Sure.
You know, I don't know for sure everybody, but I feel like probably most people.
Of course.
You know, I mean, I had moments where I've been real sick, and I was just like, I think I'm gonna die. Like, this might be it. Just because, you know, you're not sure if you have the strength. It doesn't feel like you have the strength to get through something.
Right.
And I don't remember what the exact quote was, but there is a quote. Actually, I use it with some of my clients about like life. Basically the gist of it is like, you know, life is full of like difficult things, but it's also full of getting over those things.
Right.
I'll find the exact quote one of these days. But, and I was like, yeah, you know, people definitely do talk so much about the things that they go through, but they don't talk, not as often do people talk about the overcoming of those things.
Right.
And there's a lot of power in that.
Lots of power in that. So a lot of power in that.
So I think that's an important message, you know, for people to kind of reflect on is, you know, what does that overcoming process look like? And are they willing to do the work? Sometimes people want to skip out on the work part of it because it's hard. But I always kind of look at it kind of like how people were, had made comments when I was first going to school. It was like, oh, but that takes such a long time. And my response was, I was like, well, what else am I doing with this time? Like,
true that.
I could either 5 years from now be graduated and in a career, or I could be 5 years from now doing a job that I don't necessarily really want to do. Like either way, the 5 years are going to pass.
That message got me through school. You used to tell me that all the time. That message got me through school.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad it did.
Yep.
But you know, but that's the reality, right?
That's the reality.
And I think I would still tell somebody that to this day. And I think I've said this before, like my journey with school wasn't even as intentional at first as I wish it would have been. Like, it was just more of like the way my parents kind of presented it, I think, or the way I at least thought about it. I was like, oh, what you do after high school is you go to college. Like, it wasn't like you know, like somebody was making me do it. It was just sort of like, well, what else am I going to do? Like, I can't go into the working world because all of the jobs that are available to me with a high school diploma, none of them sounded appealing to me, right? So I was like, well, let me go to college. Let me at least then hang out with people my own age, you know, still go to school and see if this is something that I want to do. And by the time I figured out like what I needed to do and why, I was done, you know?
Yeah.
The beauty of being young is that like,
that's beautiful.
You don't necessarily have that foresight, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it.
Right.
So I just kept it moving. I was like, well, you know, now I'm in college. Now I've got the next 4 years planned, right? I'm going to take these classes. I'm going to get this degree. And I didn't even know that I was going to go on and get my master's until like maybe the end of my junior year, senior year.
Okay.
Where I was like, okay, well now because now I'm thinking about, okay, now what's next?
Right.
And I'm like, okay, in a spot again, like, okay, well, what can I do with a bachelor's in psychology? Again, nothing. So,
Can't do shit with that?
I mean, you can, but again, not the job I wanted to do.
Okay. That's not what you wanted to do.
So by then I think I had figured out I had taken enough classes that I knew I wanted to be like a psychiatrist or a therapist.
Okay.
So I knew I wasn't going to go into psychiatry because the types of classes that you needed to take.
Yeah.
Not Brittany. I'm not good at organic chemistry is where they lost me. Chemistry was already hard. And then they got to organic chemistry, and I was like,
"What the fuck is organic?"
Didn't even take the class. I don't know. They got
is
there.
Is that like where she look at your dick is hard, and then y'all start fucking? That sounds organic. That sounds like organic. Yeah, that's organic chemistry, buddy.
Okay. But anyway,
you know that. You see, that's why your ass couldn't pass, because you couldn't recognize that made sense.
Gotcha. Right. I wasn't smart enough. I really science wasn't my forte. I got a bachelor's of science, but I did not. That was not my thing.
I got an associate in science, bitch. I'm educated too.
So you can get a BA or BS. Mine was BS.
No, you can get an AS. You didn't know that?
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
Yes, there's an AA, which is Associate Arts. See, you don't know shit. It's an AA, which is an Associate Arts, and an AS, which is Associate Science. That's what I have. I have an AS.
I am not well versed in
Obviously.
associate degrees.
Bitch, yes, you don't try to act like you ain't no fucking. Get the fuck out of here. See, that's what I'm saying about niggas. That's what I be saying about niggas right there. This is what I be saying about
rude.
niggas. You know what I'm saying? You get one step ahead. You know what I'm saying? Well, Apply said some shit the other day. Yeah, you done got your ass in the house. Now you feeling the AC. Now you don't even know where you came from no more.
I know.
Fuck out of here.
But yeah, it's one of those things. So like, don't be afraid to take that step because, it's kind of like, well, what's going to be the alternative? And really think about that and think that through.
Yeah.
There's no really,
like honestly, It was a lot of years that went by before I decided to go back to school, and like I said, that little quote you just quoted actually got me through school. And whether I've told you this or not, I've quoted that to people a bunch of times because they would always ask me, like, whatever they would ask me about school, and I just like, well, a very smart person. I was lying to them, obviously, but a very smart person told me. This motherfucker with the bachelor degree who is God told me, fuck Christopher fucking Watkins is his name. What's the little nigga name in the wheelchair?
Hawkins.
Christopher Hawkins. Yeah, fuck Christopher. This motherfucker way smarter than because she got a BS.
I think it's Stephen Hawking, but
whatever the fuck that little bitch ass nigga name is, nigga, rest in peace, nigga. Whatever that nigga name is, yeah, fuck him. He ain't as smart as her because she got a BS. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. So, she was like, and I would tell them that quote, and then they'd be like, yeah, I guess that's true, and I would just go about my motherfucking day. But yeah, that.
Were they telling you the same thing? Like, oh, that takes a long time.
They were just saying like, what made you do it and X, Y, and Z, and like was questioning my moves, not in a sense, but just kind of questioning my moves. And I was just like, yeah, my nigga, well, I could be doing this, and then 5 years are gonna pass. I guess they was asking me why am I doing it, and I was just like, well, this is why I'm doing it. Like, I want to do it, and 5 years gonna pass anyway. I might as well. You know what I'm saying? And I was using it to motivate other people, like the dumbass stinking ass bitch that got me on this in the first place because I was perfectly fine or what not doing my thing, and then I'm gonna move on. But we was at work, and I was the supervisor, and she had just started work. She had been working with the company a long time, but she had just came over, and I was her boss, and she was looking at RT shit. And she was like, yeah, this lady was trying to get me into this RT thing, and she was looking at it. I was like, oh, you know what? That don't sound too bad. So I took the number from her and I called, you know what I'm saying? And I set up an appointment to go take the test. Old girl, she was thinking about it, but wasn't really like moving on it. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, yeah, we could be like study buddies and shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cause I thought she was like on it too. And she's a bitch. I hate her, but, and always did at that time, hated her. But either way, like I was saying, she was saying like, yeah. So then I was like, all right, I'm gonna just jump on that shit. So I called the lady. I made an appointment, went down there, took the test, did my thing. It's all history after that. I ended up going through the whole program and everything. But yeah, it was mostly that moment that turned me into a respiratory therapist. That moment, just being at work, not even thinking about respiratory at all. Respiratory therapist wasn't even on my mind for like, it had to be upwards to 10 years. Wasn't even on my mind. And then just one day, one of my employees looking at RT shit, and then a couple years later, I'm an RT. It's super nuts. Yeah. It's super nuts.
You know what though? But I see the transformation in you, like from that, because the reality is it just puts you in a much different position in life.
Yeah.
Mentally. Like, not that like, oh, the money is that drastically different, but just I think mentally of just being like, oh, like I can make significant change and increase the stability in my life in an overall sense without anybody else's help.
Yep.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. All right. So I got another video that I want to play.
Yeah.
This is Dr. Umar Kumar. I'm not really sure how to pronounce this young man's name.
He's not.
But
is he young?
Well, everybody's young to somebody, right?
True.
I told that to one of my patients one time. She was like, he's not that young. I was like, everybody's young to somebody. She was like, oh, yeah, he's my younger brother. See, bitch?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I got another video by Mr. Umar Kumar Dumar.
Okay.
I don't know the nigga name.
Doc.
I don't know the nigga name. He's very intelligent, though. He's very smart, very intelligent man. And I believe this is the video you sent me.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and rock out with it, and then we'll discuss.
He's interviewing.
You should never marry somebody if you didn't live with them for at least 3 months. There's no way I'm marrying a woman. There's no way I would let my daughters marry a man who you didn't cohabitate with for at least 3 months. Because guess what, Nick? When you were just picking her up and dating for 10 years, that's easy. But when you go and sleep in her house, you sleep in her house. You didn't know she had a secret cell phone. You didn't know her ex-husband knocks on the door all times of the night. You didn't know she don't like to clean up the damn house. Right. You didn't know she don't wash her hands before she. You see what I'm saying? You start seeing. You didn't know her mother come over here and post up on the couch all night with her funky toe. Right. Do you see? Facts. It's not until you live with somebody that you really know who they are. Now, I do tell women this, Nick, because we can abuse that. Yeah. We'll live with a woman for 20 years and say, I still ain't made up my mind yet. Y'all damn near to the cemetery. What you mean you ain't made up your mind? So I tell sisters 2 years. If you've been living with a man consistently under the same roof for 2 years, he knows if he's going to marry you. Yeah. It's up to you whether you're going to be the fool to hang around after 2 years. Because as you know, being a man, after a year, you got a pretty good idea whether this could be a wife, if she could be a wife. After the second year, you pretty much know. Right. So if a man's still telling you, I don't know if you're the one after 3, 4, 5 years, he wants his cake and eat it too.
How do you feel about that video?
Well, the first, I feel like it's two topics, right? First one is like, okay, living with a person before you decide to spend your life with them.
Sure.
I think that's a good I mean, I understand both. I can always see both perspectives.
You don't say.
You know, what I personally would want to do is, yes, I would want to live with somebody before I marry them. I would want to see how they really are because, yeah, I think you can have your representative show up and be decent enough, right, during whatever that time period is. But the day to day, that part is going to like fade away, right? And it's kind of like that 90-day probationary period. You can't keep that up without like really seeing their true colors. Okay. If you're living with them, I think, you know, you get to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I think you need to see that before, you know, you enter into like a serious situation because
when you stop being nice and start getting real.
Because I think that the reality is there are going to be a lot of days where you don't like your partner. I think anybody who expects that they're not going to have moments where they don't like their partner are disillusioned. Because the reality, they're going to get on your nerves at some point. They're going to do something 100%. That you don't like. They're going to have an opinion that you don't agree with. Even the way they do their daily routine may annoy you. You know, they may
stop hitting the goddamn snooze that many times, nigga. Get up.
Right. Or
it's time to go to work, nigga. Get up.
What their level of cleanliness, and you just need to know what you're purchasing before you fully commit to it.
Oh shit, we purchasing niggas again. Shit, but, can I get 2 niggas over here?
You know, I understand people who may, for religious reason, may not like want to cross a certain line until they get married or whatever, and I respect people's decision if that's what they're doing. Circumstances sometimes, or financial circumstances may not lead them to be able to do that, right? You know, for whatever reasons, especially if you're a younger couple, you both may be living with your parents, and it just may financially make more sense while you're saving before you guys get married. You know, like there's different scenarios. I just think that first year is rough if you don't live with them, because now you got to figure that out, and now you guys are already married. Right. But and then the second part of deciding whether or not you're if you're a couple that plans.
Wait a minute. Let me address the first part.
Okay, yeah, you go ahead and address the first part.
Addressing the first part, I will say that I do agree with that. A very nasty woman, very, very vile woman said to me once that you never know somebody until you live with them. And those are facts. You know, you don't know somebody until you live with them. And I don't even need to reiterate everything my man Kumar Dumar said. You understand me? I think it's Dr. Kumar. It might be Dr. Umar. I think it's Umar. Everything my man said is 100% facts, man. Like, yo, you don't know what you're getting until you actually stop being nice and start getting real. So when that happens, then, you know, you see what they were trying to hide from you. Everybody is hiding something from you at all times. Nobody is always just, there's always something to hide. And it's not like a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's more or less like, you know, we all should have a certain level of privacy and a certain level of just us being whatever we're being in a moment or whatever. Like, that nobody can see.
I don't want her to see these drawers. I didn't wipe as good that day.
Yeah, something as small as that. You know what I'm saying? Something as small as that. My nigga, you leave streaks in your shit, so you do your own laundry. You know what I'm saying? Or the load of shame, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get it. So I agree. With that, yes, you got to live with them first. If you don't live with them first and you just decide to marry them, you know what I'm saying? At your own risk, famo. At your own risk. You know what I'm saying? Could work out. Can work out. Yeah. Has worked out in the past. I don't know the numbers. I don't have the metrics, but I can only assume that it's probably the opposite number. That's super high, which is that most shit like that don't work.
Yeah.
You know, like those arranged marriages, they tend to work. I don't know if that's more culture and fear, but those work out sometimes.
Yeah.
You know. You all right? You all right over there? You all right over there? Get you some antihistamines over there? Get you some antihistamines, man? Did you want something else to drink, man? We can pause it, get you something to sip on, baby.
No, that's good.
You want something to sip on, baby? We gonna let's get you something to sip on. Your eyes is watering. We're gonna pause. We'll be right back, man. All right, and we're back. She didn't die. Look at that. Awesome shit. All right, so anyway, let's move on. Or did you want to finish that topic?
Oh, I wanted to do the second part of it.
Oh, right. Let's get into the second part of that.
Okay,
part of that video.
So the second part of it. So the topic one was, should you live with your partner before you get married? Me and Jay both agree. Yes, you should. The second part of it was, deciding on whether or not you want to be with someone, like how, or if you want marriage or not. I was gonna say it depends on what the couple wants. Like obviously if the couple is like, oh yeah, we would both like to eventually get married, right?
Sure.
And it's taking you 10 years to figure that out. I do think that's an extreme amount of time to figure out whether or not you want to get married if your intent is to get married.
Right.
And so yeah, I think you should, if that's what you both want, I think you should figure that out within a couple of years. I agree with him. I don't think it really takes that long to figure that part out.
Yeah.
Because I look at it as it's a decision, right. Because you both are going to continue to change, or at least let's hope so. You at 24, you're not going to be the exact same person at 34. So no matter what,
yeah,
it's a growing in progress. So it's kind of like, is this person, do their values align with mine enough that I feel like, okay, this would be a good partner for me? Do I think that we would be able to grow together? Right. And if that answer is yes, then, you might as well go ahead and do it. If you're waiting for all the stars to align and whatever magic to happen, that's just not realistic.
It's unrealistic. Yeah, that's 100% a fact. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with that also. I couldn't agree more. If you are, if y'all both saying y'all looking for the same shit, then it shouldn't take that long because y'all looking for the same shit. You know what I mean? Like the only thing we need to figure out now is, do you track water all over the floor when you fucking shower? You know what I'm saying? Are you squeezing the toothpaste from the middle? I always bring up those. But, like at this point, it's just a little shit that you just need to figure out as long as y'all connect. If y'all connecting on the same level and then y'all want the same things, waiting or holding out more than however the time limit is, which I don't like timelines, just so we're clear.
Yeah.
But, if it's taking longer than it probably should, at some point, yeah, you do have to shit or get off the pot. Now, I will also give a little pushback on my own fucking statement and say that, timelines I'm not a fan of. You know what I mean? So there is no timeline for me. 2 years, 1 year. Dr. Umar, I don't know what the fuck you talking about, fam. You can't lock everybody in a box and say, this is how it's supposed to be. Sometimes it takes longer. I've seen plenty. Not just one, not just two, but I've seen plenty of those love stories on TV where, like, we have never been married. We never even said we was technically in a relationship, and it's 30 years later, 40 years later, now we 90, and then we got married.
That's a different situation, though.
What's the
difference? Because then
difference?
the intent was not to necessarily get married. Like
that's not what I'm saying. That's
okay.
not what I'm saying. Okay. I'm not speaking to the marriage aspect. I'm speaking to the part where he's basically saying, there's a time limit is all I'm saying. I'm changing the situation. I'm talking about the time limit. There's no such thing as a time limit. So even with that, let's speak to that specific situation. Even if we both do agree we want to be married, I don't know what's going on there. You might want to marry that person. You might love that person to death. Y'all might love each other to death. Y'all both really want to get married. But yes, there are things that y'all have to work through before y'all fucking do it. That's just how people are. You can't tell everybody that, this is how it should be done. I just don't believe in that. I agree with that
too. I actually have a friend who, they got engaged, but I mean, they got kids, they bought a house together. Like, they have a whole life set up with each other. So it's not like, they're waiting for they're waiting for their life to start, if you will. Yeah. Based on them getting married or not married. They just started their lives. They got engaged. And when I talked to my friend, she's just kind of like, we just haven't gotten around to it. Like, it's not like, for her, it's not even that big of a deal. It's kind of like, we have the kids, we have our life. Like, that's the part that she wants. It's, exactly. And I'm sure eventually she will, like, do the ceremony and the whole thing. But it's just not that important. So I think it definitely depends on the couple. Yeah. And, like, what are the conditions, if you will? Are there certain things that you're waiting to happen till after you get married? So, like, if your biological clock is ticking and you guys are you're wanting to have kids after you get married, then, like, like, something needs to, like, either happen or not happen, or whatever. I think it just kind of depends on what the plan is for the couple and what they're willing to do or not do, because I think, her life is absolutely beautiful. And it, when I look at it, I'm like, it's not a big deal. Like, she's happy. Yeah. How can you be mad at her being happy?
You can't be mad at happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be happy at madness. And you know what? That leads me to the next video that I want to play. Okay. Now, this video, fucking hilarious. Okay. Fucking hilarious. But this is exactly, I believe, how some men approach relationships.
Like I was saying, I think we should just stay friends, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not ready for a relationship. Like, I'm just not ready for all that right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. Damn. Crispy chicken. You say you cooked there? You did there? Cornbread. Cornbread too? This ain't this from scratch? Good Lord, shit. And you cook this like this all year round? It stays the same taste like this all year round? Well, I don't know, baby. Look. You mind if I take my Air Max off? Look, check this out. I'm taking my Air Max off for a couple of years because I've been thinking since I've been sitting here eating on this that you might be right. We might do need to get in a relationship because, real talk, I've been hungry lately, and these women I've been dealing with, this is the taste I've been looking for. So, you want to get married tomorrow? You want to get married tomorrow? Because that look like that's what's finna happen. I don't want to be single no more. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go and get married tomorrow. And I'm going to bring my little TV and my little VCR that I got. My 4 pair of boxes that I got at the crib with mom and bring them on over here with you because look like this is my home. Look like I got a phone to have home.
That video is hilarious.
My God. Yo, my God.
Oh, this shit is good. I'm moving in.
This is cornbread. This from scratch. Let me take my Air Maxes off. Hold on.
Get comfortable.
Hey, you know what? The fucked up part about that, the only part of that video that I zoomed in on, look at that, wasn't even Air Maxes. When he took them off, it was canvas.
Oh my gosh.
That's funny. But you know what? I think some men are really like that sometimes. Sometimes it just take like just that one little thing where it's just like, hold up, bitch. And you cook this?
Yeah.
Like, shit.
You know what? I think, not necessarily about the food specifically, but like I think if you find what you consider to be a rare quality in someone, it does push you to think like, do I really want to let this go? Like,
yeah, that's what I mean.
You know,
that's what I'm talking about. The food. That's just a situation.
Yeah.
Like it could be anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anything that could just push you over the edge. Like, you know what? Goddamn, I wasn't fucking with you at all 10 seconds ago. And then that one thing you did told me that I want you in my life for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Crazy shit.
Yeah.
But that's how relationships go, man.
I think so.
That's
and
how
it's really funny.
Go,
that one is a very funny one.
My ass off. I've seen it so many times. Every time I laugh my ass off.
But you know what? Like I think is comical about the whole thing is that like, yeah, I think unless you get like you found your person when you were like in high school or something. But you've been on enough dates with people where everybody not is necessarily the same, but your response to them is the same. Like, right. Not that into it. Like, oh, they're cool. They're a nice person. Like, I've said that. Like, that guy, he's a nice guy. Right. Like, there's nothing wrong with him. I just don't find him to be my person. Like, there's just that connection piece is just not there. Yeah. And there have been some guys that I was like, you know what, Brittany, like, maybe you're getting in your own way. Like, go out with that person again. See if anything changes. Yeah. And it doesn't. Like, it doesn't
change?
Well, at least so far it hasn't changed. Like the people that I have ended up like dating or wanting to date, I pretty much knew like maybe the first, maybe second time hanging out with them. Yeah. That like, oh yeah, I fucks with them. It felt more natural.
Sure.
Not saying that like love can't build over time or that you can't start off as friends and like not have that situation and it not be able to build, because I think that happens too.
That does.
But in my personal life, it hasn't happened like that. I either have known or I did, or I wasn't feeling it.
Got you. Got you.
So it's just kind of interesting. But that video is very funny.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I must apologize.
Why is that?
Because I think we should do the entire pod over. No, I'm just fucking look at your face. Your face fucked up right now. Your face fucked up right now. I needed to give a little history on the drink, and I forgot to give it to y'all.
Oh, okay,
I'm going to shoot it to y'all now. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I'm really sorry, but I have to shoot it to y'all now. Maybe I'll put something in the beginning of the thing to say fucking the description is at the end, but here we go. Basically they believe that rum originated in Barbados in 1650. Okay. But they say that can't be, true, even though that's what's been said. It can't be true because, enslaved Africans were, already using fermented molasses, in the making of their beverages and drinking. You know what I'm saying? And rum is made from molasses or, sugar, some kind of other sugar.
Yeah.
So early names of rum were Kill Devil and Rum Bouillon.
Ooh, Rum Bouillon.
And that was roughly around 1667. I had to get that in. You know what I'm saying? Because we do a podcast about drinking, and then we supposed to give y'all a history, and we've been slacking on our pimping, baby.
You know what's funny is that no matter what part of the world, human beings have found ways to make liquor no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what, we gonna make some liquor somehow. We gotta escape at some point. You know, you out there, no matter what you was doing. If you was chasing lions all day, smacking bitches over the head with the
fighting
club
through the
and
snow,
dragging them back to your cave, no matter what you was doing, at the end of the day, you just want to just sit back, grab something that's full of fucking just fermented anything.
You know, I wonder what it is about human beings that enjoy the altered state. Now, people enjoy different degrees of it, and some people don't like it at all.
Yep.
You know, because there's some people who don't drink, don't smoke, don't do anything, and then there's people who do very hard drugs, and I'm like, oh, you were like nutty. Because even because I have anxiety, and even if I feel like I'm not in control enough of what's happening,
right?
I panic immediately, like, oh my gosh,
don't panic, Brittany.
I can't see. Open your eyes.
That was a funny day. That was a very funny day.
Gosh, I think that was one of my first times like actually smoking. I think I tried it before, but I think that was
one of the first times it actually worked.
Yeah, that I actually got high.
Yeah.
Because my eyes were closed, and I was like, Jay, I can't see. And he paid me no attention. He just kept talking to his cousin.
We was playing basketball.
And he was just like, just open your eyes. And I was like, I can't see. And I don't feel good. I don't feel right. And I just kept saying that over and over again. And he did not care about what I was going through.
I've been there. You just high.
And I discovered that I didn't like it. And then one other time, now I don't smoke, take gummies, none of them. But one other time I tried it just to make sure. And then the other time I felt like I couldn't talk. Like I was really trying hard to like say something, and I just felt like my brain was just going in slow motion, and I think I just gave up. In mid-sentence, I was just like, never mind. And I just sat there and just stopped talking. And I was so devastated. And so after that, I was like, I'm not doing any of it again. Because I don't ever, it doesn't feel good to me. Which is why I don't understand how other people get into harder drugs, you know, because I was like, I can't even handle coffee. If I have coffee in the morning, I won't be able to sleep till like 3 a.m. And that's if I drink it at like 10 a.m. Yeah.
In the morning?
Yes.
Man, when I was working graveyard and I would work an entire shift graveyard, the only way that I could get sleep when I got home was to drink a cup of coffee before I left the job.
Maybe you have ADHD or something. Maybe.
Listen, don't start diagnosing me with shit. You know what I'm saying?
All I know is that I'm very sensitive to caffeine, and I'm assuming maybe just stimulants in general because I can't handle it.
I stimulate you, baby.
Oh, creep.
I'm
you
creepy.
got the creep.
Creep mode. Creep mode.
But I used to wonder because when you're doing an assessment as a therapist, they have like the list of drugs, and you're supposed to like ask your client had they tried all of these things, and coffee is at the top. And I used to wonder like, why is coffee on the drug list?
Yeah,
but it very much is a drug. I am convinced. And
what class is it?
I don't know the classes in general, but they do have that on the list of like how much caffeine do you have, and I'm like, I don't understand how people function on it. It to me, unless I just know I'm gonna be like on a Saturday, and I know I'm gonna be up.
You're just gonna bust some coffee
in the morning.
Bust it down.
I could have a coffee at like 8 a.m. Man, I'll still be going.
At 3 a.m. Still fucking popping that coochie. That's right. Pop that coochie.
Coffee is a serious drug.
Those
of you that drink coffee every day, you have just developed a tolerance.
Can you imagine fucking, just think about it. What? Can you imagine Rick James, instead of saying cocaine is a serious drug, he's just like, coffee is a serious drug.
It is. It is.
Can you imagine that?
It is.
With Don't tell me. Fuck a cup of Joe with a roll ball.
What else can you drink in the morning that's going to have you up at 3 a.m.?
I don't know anybody that happens to. I've never that doesn't happen to people.
It makes you go to the bathroom and it keeps you up until 3 a.m.
Yeah, no, that's just you. You sound like a nigga with prostate issues. I don't know. I have no idea. Fuck you going through with coffee, but that's you and coffee. That's you and coffee's problem.
I can have it on occasion.
Yeah, I drink coffee, go right to sleep. I done drank Monsters and Red Bulls and just pass right the fuck out.
I think you have ADHD.
I think you have shut the fuck
people
up
with
syndrome.
ADHD can have stimulants and it doesn't affect them.
Oh, you don't have shut the fuck up syndrome because you're still talking. Oh. But you should have shut the fuck up syndrome. Stop fucking it. Don't. I'm not your client. Okay, I'm not a fucking.
Do you have
case.
impulse control issues?
Sometimes.
Do you often lose things?
Nope. I'm very careful with the things that belong to me.
Forgetful?
That's just age. That's just age.
There's a bunch of
Actually, lately my memory has been getting better, and I'm not sure what it's attributed to. Yeah. And I'm not sure what it's attributed to.
You just think you're right all the time. That's not your memory getting better.
I don't think you know what the fuck you're talking about. But no, my memory has been obvious to me getting better.
How so?
I used to I will be doing some, you see those videos where it's like the nigga and he got the little shit in the background, he got the words on it, be like, this is people at 40, when you just walk into a room and you be like, I was coming here to do something, and then you fucking forget.
Yep.
That was happening to me a lot. And then believe it, don't believe it, don't give a fuck.
Take that fish oil.
Start popping them gummies, and ridiculously, I started remembering more things.
Oh, wow.
Yep. I started popping gummies, and then I started remembering more things. Like I started if I started something and I forgot, I'd remember quick. It's a lot of times that I would start something and I'll be like, what the fuck? And I forget and just completely forgot. I wouldn't remember for hours. Now I remember pretty quick. My memory came back. And, even at work when I'll be doing shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I remember more what to do more. Like it's crazy. I don't know.
I remember less.
Call it what it is, but honestly, I think it was the gummies. It's the only thing that I've changed.
All right, well, I guess you on them hard drugs. You on them gummies.
Boy, let me tell
you done upgraded from coffee.
Yeah, fuck that coffee shit, nigga. We don't sell no coffee around here, nigga.
What's in your
Get
vape?
off the block.
Is that just tobacco?
This one? No tobacco in it, zero.
What is it then?
0 milligrams is just fruit juice it's fruit juice oil.
I feel like in 5 years they're gonna tell you how bad the fucking vaping is.
You mean like cigarettes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen. But I'm a respiratory therapist, so I'll go ahead and spare you what's gonna happen. You got fucking oil. This is oil. So you are vaping oil. Now those oil particles in the shit. Yeah, it's oil particles. So when that shit you see, like, watch that smoke and shit, those are just particles. And then that oil, there's oil in those particles. Those go down into your lungs, and then they just stay there. Okay, so
why do you
smoke? Vape? Why do you drink? Oh, there you go.
Well, there's a result that's gonna happen from drinking. Like, I'm gonna get a little buzz.
There's a result happening from this.
What's happening?
I can explain it to you, once you get smarter. So anyway, like I was saying, those oil particles just get into the bottom of your lungs and they kind of just stay there. Now the smoke, it kind of just disintegrates or whatever. It seeps into your tissue and X, Y, and Z, and you can pretty much flush that out of your body. But the oil, it's have you ever seen oil just fucking disintegrate? I mean, just regularly, it just sits there. It just fucking, if you let it sit there, it sit there. You don't subject it to any kind of extreme heat or something like that. Then it's just going to sit there. And that's what's going to happen with this shit. And then you're going to be fucked up. You're going to be sitting in the ICU with a tube down your throat. I'm going to be the nigga in there with pushing the buttons just to give you life support, just to make sure that you stay alive. I might do CPR, break your fucking ribs. I love the rib cracking. That's my favorite part. Just so everybody know, when I do CPR or when I see it's time for CPR, I like to be the first guy in because I want to hear the first crunch. Crunch, 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 crunch. All the way to fuck down.
Now they don't use Staying Alive. What's the song that they use now?
That is the song. They still use Staying Alive.
I thought I heard on the news there's another song that's got the same beats.
It possibly does. I just graduated a year and a half ago, still using Staying Alive. That's super slow. That's super slow. That's not how it goes. It's staying alive, not It's you got a little fast. It's just a little faster. Yeah, so you look at you. Your emotions is slow.
I got a whole different vibe.
When you doing it, and I was doing it like, okay, so I was doing CPR.
What do they do with the ribs? Did they have to mend them back?
No, your ribs repair themselves. Oh. Yeah, they're attached with like cartilage and shit. Anyway, man.
Don't crack my ribs.
Do you want to live or do you want cracked ribs? That's what those are the two options. I want to live, then you want cracked ribs.
Why do they have to crack them though?
Let's just say nothing is protecting your heart. Then what? How about your ribs are protecting your heart? So the idea behind the whole situation of do you know why you do CPR?
No.
Okay, this is why you do CPR. The reason that you do the compressions, because you're not supposed to give mouth to mouth anymore.
Right.
That's an old. If you have to, then you have to. It's different. If you have to, you have to, but you really don't have to. The fact of the matter is that compressions do enough. So,
when would be a moment that you would have to, like, if they drowned or something?
Not really. Honestly, there's really no need for mouth to mouth because you're blowing CO2 into a patient.
Yeah.
You want to eliminate CO2.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, I can't right now give you a good scenario where you would need to blow into somebody's lungs. Atelectasis, maybe. If you know they are atelectic and there's no, their lungs have collapsed, then yeah, you might want to blow some air in there. Other than that, you really don't need to blow air, your CO2. You want a bag, bag Malvax or something, BVM. You want to do that. Bag valve mask. Anyway, like I said, the reason that you do CPR and the reason that you're doing that is because you're pumping the heart. So you're pumping blood from the heart into the rest of the body because that blood goes into all your cells, all your other organs. If your body stops receiving blood, then your organs start to shut down.
So if I fell out, you would know how to do CPR on me.
If you fell out, man, I got you. You alive, kid. You're alive, kid. You know what I'm saying? Because
it's kind of funny, or you just
gonna die.
It's funny because, like, not you personally, but the collective you, like, people take CPR classes and you learn it for that day. But if somebody actually needs CPR, you don't really remember. I mean, you may remember some of it, but you don't really know how to do it because you never had to actually do it.
Well, yeah.
So like people who actually do it, like you, who actually on a regular basis
once a week
are doing that.
Once a week, I'm doing CPR.
It's a really cool skill to have. And I wouldn't even know when you needed to do CPR. Like, even when you take the CPR class, they don't give you every scenario in which you would need to do it.
Well, see, and yeah, you're correct, because anybody who take those classes, they just take those classes because they just require you to take those classes. Not a lot. Some people retain that information because it's vital to however their lifestyle is, or they're just interested in it. Most of us is taking the class because somebody told us to take the class. We don't give a fuck about it. They didn't really ask me a lot of questions. I didn't really take the test. We answered the questions on the test as a family. So nobody remembers this shit. And then you're practicing
on a dummy. It's not like everything. If you're going to really retain information, it's doing it after that's gonna, like, help you actually retain the information.
Yeah, and honestly, like, nobody's really remembering how the fuck to do it. You honestly have to do it on a regular basis to really.
How did it feel the first time you had to actually do it on a real person?
The first time that I had to actually do it on a real person, I don't even remember that. I've been in healthcare so long, I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I've done it so many times that I'm not surprised about it anymore. I will say that the first time I cracked the ribs, man, it's like a drug. Like, I gotta crack the ribs.
Crazy.
Like, yeah, I gotta crack somebody's ribs now. If I don't crack the ribs, why am I doing this?
Right.
Yeah, I need to feel that crunch. I need to feel the crunch. I'm weird as fuck.
I'm over here in pain. I'm too much of an empath.
Yeah, no, I like the crunch. It was this one guy we was doing CPR just like a week or two ago, and it's this like he's not big buff, but he's like 6'3", fucking Adonis. Nigga is from like Australia or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Blonde hair, just built though, like not buff, but just fucking fit as fuck.
Everything in Australia is huge.
This nigga is fit as fuck. He's a nurse. And he was doing CPR. He's first one in. He's doing a CPR. And, you know, what we do is we do a post check every 2 minutes. So it was 2 minute check. And I was like, watch out, my nigga, I got you. You know, because you have to switch off. Those compressions are serious. You know, you get tired. 2 minutes is a long time, honestly. So when he jumped out the way and I got in there, he was already the first one in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, I'm not going to get no crunch. So I, crunch. Oh, shit, nigga, you didn't get all the ribs, nigga. You didn't get all of them, nigga. I got like 2 ribs on that one. Okay. I got 2 ribs on that one. And then, honestly, I'm going to keep it real with you. This really happened. After that, I had a couple of nurses and a student even stopped me in a room while I was just doing my regular job after it happened.
Yeah.
One of the students, she's kind of cute, got a nice ass, ran up on me and was like, behind me and was like, nice compressions. I was like, oh. I was like, oh, you saw me getting it in on the compressions, baby. I was doing some pretty good fucking compressions, baby. Yeah, she ran up on me and there was a couple of nurses that was also like, good job, Jay. I was giving them some good compressions though. Like, you know, you can tell. So after me, we had another student try to do compressions. Oh yeah, we pushed her out to get the fuck out the way. She wasn't even that there's no way she was pushing blood into that patient's body. It was a big guy though. It was a big guy and she was little.
Yeah.
So she
was
hard. Yeah, it was hard. It was hard. So I don't blame her. But like don't get in there and just like kinda do it. Like, bitch, give it. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to say this person's life,
she was doing the best she could.
Nah, she wasn't doing the best she could. Fuck that bitch. Don't try to take her side. Fuck you and her. Anyway, it's been a good pod. I'm hungry as fuck. I'm ready to get the fuck out of here. We can tell that the pod is ending by the way Brittany's arms are folded. Anytime you see them arms folded, she's done. Okay? When her arms fold up like that, it's over, baby. When they fold it up like that, she's done, baby. That's it. That's it. Thanks for showing up, man. Thanks for showing up, man. I'm glad y'all came this week, man. It's a cool drink. It's called the Pineapple Vanilla Daiquiri joint.
You got it right.
Yeah, I got it right. Yeah. I told you my memory back. Yeah, get yourself one of those. This is not that, but you know what I'm talking about. Pineapple Vanilla Daiquiri, man. I'm going to leave y'all with some more positivity to take you through the rest of the week. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all talking about? Cranberry Podcast, baby. Cranberry Podcast, baby.
Song about.
Yeah, song about. All right. Thanks for showing up, man. Check this video out, and y'all have a great rest of your fucking week.
I don't quit. I don't fold under pressure. I'm the best, and I know I'm the best.
If you don't have the mindset that you're the best ever, you've failed already.
In my mind, I'm always the best.
I have my confidence, and I believe in myself. People call it arrogant, I call it confidence.
Monday, get better. Tuesday, get better. Wednesday, get better.
18! Move me, son! Get it! 19! Move me, son!
I'm a winner. I'm going to win.
Yo, take it easy.